All right. Good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you're tuning in from. Welcome to Sunshine State Broadcasting, SSB. Guess what? We're on live again this evening. The Northwest Classic is where we're at. Today is a championship Saturday. First, we're going to crown the consolation winners. Reigns versus, no, not Reigns, but Ribault against First Coast. Checking in, Courtney Wallace, and of course, I'm with the strong one, Coach Latroy Strong, now turned commentator. Good evening, my friend.
Hey, man, I'm glad to be here. Day 2, Consolation Day. This one here is for all the marbles for 4th and 3rd right now for the first one. But we got Jackson versus Reigns next for the championship to see who's the top dog on the north side of Jacksonville.
And I was telling you earlier that I saw on social media where the Reigns faithful, they were like, well, who rules the north side? So, hey, like
tell you
said, it's not football, so we'll see what happens.
Hey, whatever you can do to get yourself up sometimes, right?
Oh yeah. And of course, I mean, you know, they beat Ribault last night. Scrappy win though it was. A win is a win.
No, absolutely. It was one of those games where you just couldn't tell what was going right, what was going wrong, and at the right time, Reigns hit a three-pointer, which put him up, and then Ribault just couldn't catch up from there.
Yeah, Ribault basically capitulated. They just fell apart from the first half. They had a pretty decent first half, but the second half, they just weren't in the game any at all, and of such, here they are today to face First Coast, who, of course, yesterday against Jackson, they had just no answer.
Definitely, and we talked about this before. It's one of them situations where we talked about early in the season where First Coast actually beat Reigns, and then you come back, Jackson, and they beat Ribault in that really close game that we had as well. So you really couldn't tell where we are with these rivalry games. Everybody's up and they're hyped and ready to go.
Right. Well, here we are today. First Coast, they have a chance against a misfiring Ribault, I might say. They have a chance to, cement a place, and it's the best they can do right now is win 3rd place.
All right, I tell you what, First Coast has a tall tale to go after this one right here because I'm quite sure that Ribault had a really, really bad taste in their mouth after last night's loss, so they're going to come out here fired up. Well, and once again, it's about who can match energy, and right now the favor is going to be the running gun and Trojans, but I'm not going to count out the Buccaneers.
Yeah, and of course, it's also who's going to play 48 minutes of basketball.
Definitely, and I tell you what, Ribault does come in short one, but what I'm hearing is Ian Buford, they're starting a small forward that's not playing tonight for some type of situation, whatever took place, but he's not playing.
That I would say that would be big on a normal day, but based on what we saw last night, he was misfiring some, so I'm not sure how much they would miss him based on last night's performance, although, that was another game, tonight's another day. So,
Well, it turns out to be an interesting situation because if he's in some type of slump or whatever, this could be one of those games to get him back going. But if he has some things that's going on that the coach is not agreeing with, this could be one of those strategic discipline type situations.
Indeed. All right, so now we're going to take a break as we honor the flag, the Stars and Stripes, with the playing of the national anthem. All right, with that formality out the way, it's now another version of a Mayhem on Main Street. Of course, the major part of the Mayhem is yet to come. We still got to get through this game first.
I like that. We'll say Mayhem on Main Street right now for this game here.
Yep.
Because when the Tigers come in, they want to say it's the Nightmare on Main Street.
And now we have the introduction of the Ribault players.
All right, they're going to start Simmons in place of Ian Buford.
Of course, Love is a major player for them. They really need for him to have his A game tonight.
Definitely. I'm going to make a little strange prediction. The young man last night, number 21, Javion Wills. I think we're going to see a big dose of him tonight.
I agree. I agree. He was a major factor in last night's game. And should make an impact, should have a serious impact on tonight's game. And there goes Neo again. One that First Coast will be looking forward to lead this team tonight.
Definitely. He's their three-point shooter. He's pretty much their floor general, even though I'm kind of been paying attention that JoJo Grissom has been kind of taking on the floor general spot, which is good because it takes some pressure off of Neo to be able to shoot the threes.
Right.
I tell you what, I didn't notice Mr. Wilson, 0 for Ribault starting. So that's 2 starters that are not out there right now.
Right.
Strategic discipline, that's what I want to call it.
I like it. I like all these fancy terms that weren't around some years ago, but with everything being so politically correct nowadays.
I tell you what, so I'll define and throw it out there. What happens is when you feel like you're in a game that you can pretty much win, you can discipline on those particular games because it's not going to hurt you too bad.
Right. And of course, I want to say thanks to our sponsors this evening, First Baptist Church of Orange Park. Thanks for always being here. Pastor David Tarkington, thank you, sir. Appreciate you and all that you do for your community.
That's it. Don't forget to like and love and subscribe. Press those buttons.
Yes.
Go to the chat. Give us some little information that we can kind of pass back on as these live casts are going on.
Yeah.
All right, we have Thompson, Hall in the middle for the jump. All right, Ribault controls it. It'll be First Coast ball on the possession. All right, Simmons goes baseline, probes. Dortch kicks it out. Number 10, Love for 3, no good. Zacchaeus Beard controls the rebound, knocked out of bounds by Ribault. All right, Ribault goes into a pad in full court man-to-man defense, which normally would be a run and jump. All right, having trouble getting the ball in bounds, but it gets into Neo. Neo kicks it up to Harris. Harris on the break. Missed the trail man and Russell. All right, Buccaneers look to set up some type of offense. Neo up top. Throws up the floater. Air ball. Gets his own rebound. Still missed the layup. Control rebound. Ribault. Simmons on the push. He sees the three-point line. Lines it up. Count it. I kind of felt like he was looking at that from when he first touched the ball.
From the very beginning. Yep. You're absolutely right.
All right, Harris does the same on the other side.
And
knocks it down.
There's your answer.
That's his shot, too. You know, if he can get in that rhythm, he can knock that down. And if he can make a few along with the ones that Neil's going to make later on, could be huge for First Coast.
Well, I'm not going to get too excited yet. I like when games start like this, but I'm not going to get too excited yet.
That's it. Still 32-minute game, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, up screen up top. Dortch throws it over Hall's head. Turnover, Buccaneer ball. All right, Beard inbounds. Echeverria goes to Russell.
I felt like I said 48 earlier. I must have been thinking about another game.
Could have been, huh?
Yeah.
All right, turnover, but no. Caleb Thompson holds on to it. New shot clock. Corner for Russell, and he pulls, goes to the basket. Dumps it in to Caleb Thompson for 2. Much better start for First Coast already.
Yep. But Strong, one of my experiences in sport is that if you want to see the good games, catch the Consolation in the semifinals.
Definitely. See a better matchup. Zion Hall hard and strong to the basket for 2. Tie ball game. I tell you what, though, there's a difference here the Jackson because the pressure is not as tough that Jackson put on, as well as the height is not there that Jackson had.
Right. Well, I mean, it's always going to be tough playing at Jackson any which way you take it.
Definitely. Harris probes and throws the ball away to McCoy. McCoy looks to go one-on-one. All right, quick baseline goes to Caleb. Caleb turns it over. McCoy probes. Looks to pass it off to Zion. Nothing there, but he follows and finishes with 2. All right, Harris lines up 3 again, goes baseline. Subtle push off and gets the roll for 2.
So both teams, showing their intent from early.
Yes, they are.
Yep. And the players seem to have their shooting hands on.
They do. They definitely have a different zeal right here.
Yep.
All right, Simmons pulls the baseline, kicks it out to Love. Nothing doing. Good defense. Neo Echeverria. All right, spin move. Love tosses in to Dortch. Strong move with nothing given. Knocked out of his hands by Russell. First coach looks to push. Terrible pass by Neo. Looks to go behind his back on a fast break situation. First coach with a quick sub, and strictly is a disciplined sub because of the bad pass. All right, Russell looks to inbound. Gets the ball into Beard and fouled by Wills. 21 Ribault.
First trip to the line. And we know last night we saw a very bad night in terms of free throws taken. Let's hope tonight will be better.
And it was at this rim too, so let's see if we can change the tide.
Yeah.
We started off with Beard, makes the first one.
Good start.
All right, Beard up for the second one. Get it.
2 good-looking free throws to start.
That's it. All right, tie ball game here. Tiger Gym, North Main Street. All right, ball goes over to McCoy. Looks inside Zion for the 12-footer. Hard off the back of the rim. Beard controls it. Gets it over to Harris. Harris looks to push. Has his movement.